Hi, 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 hi. Good morning, folks. It's time for second edition of Conga Newbies. I'm just farting around over here with this little group. I got it started because I realized on one of my pages people were, very new to the drum and post themselves. I was like, that's probably not the place for that because I want more of a high level, pro, semi-pro, real good sounding solos on here for people to enjoy. So I started this little page, and I figured I'll go out here and just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And most importantly, create a space where people who are new to playing drums and want to learn how to play drums can come unabashedly, post themselves, play, and ask questions, things of that nature, without having to worry about, getting flack or feedback from some people who can be rude sometimes. The internet's a mean place, guys. Remember John Coltrane said the universe is a dangerous place. It's a violent place. That's what he said. Anyways, here, we're back at the second installment here. So I've got my one drum. I always advise starting out on one drum only. Get a good skin on there, really learn how to play on a good skin, a little bit thicker because the thicker skin will give you a little bit more definition in your tones so you can really develop your tones. And the preferred size for me is always an 11.75. And I've got my drums dressed a little bit thanks to my buddy Marcello. Marcello, grazie, grazie. Got this nice little thing on here. And it's kind of cool because I never knew where the front or the back of the drum was, but now I know. Because I got the front, and then I got the back with the little doohickeys hanging back there, some little cornrows there. Anyways, folks, let's talk about rhythm. So we were working last time on just a double rhythm. It's the simplest rhythm that you can learn how to play on the conga drum in terms of pop music, Latin music, and starts out with that just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's it. Easy as you can possibly go. So my hands are just doing twos and twos, right? Now you can vary this a lot and keep it in the same 2 and 2 on your hands going. So check this out. So check out how does this work. Well, I'm still doing just this little, motion here, mano secreta. When I first learned it, somebody called it the onda because your hand really looks like a wave kind of popping up and down there. And I think this motion is really led to a certain extent by the wrist. We already discussed the importance of developing your, forearm muscles and really developing strength in your wrist. The perpetrator of that style to me is the best is Tata Guinness ever. So watch some Tata Guinness videos. He gets phenomenal sound. He's just right here on the drums. Beautiful, beautiful. So in this case, we're doing this 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And it's just heel toe, slap bounce or slap if you want, and then a heel toe, and then an open, right? Hand off the drum, so the drum resonates. But we can vary that by where we position the hands in the sequence of the two beats. So one important movement that you want to really learn early on and practice is going from here to there, right? And that's just a little pullback move. And it develops naturally for most people because they want to get a slap there or a nice little pop. But it's also a really good movement to help develop your fluidity in and out of the drums, develop your wrist muscle, and then of course develop your doubles eventually, which I don't have. I got doubles on a snare drum, no problem. But on a conga drum, forget it. Whole nother animal, a lot more work, and some I haven't attained yet. But for those of you who just want to learn a basic rhythm and some variations, that's a really important thing to do. So watch. So now I've got a little pop there, right? And you can hit it as hard as you want. Somebody who really does that extremely well is Richie Flores. He'll just go super quick and it's just like pop, real screaming pop. So we're gonna do that on the first one, right? And then the right hand, instead of doing 2 opens, we're gonna go like this, right? So heel, toe, slap, touch, heel, slap, bass, open. I think I got that right. So you can just practice that, kind of get comfortable with that, right? Now the second part is really doing the same thing with the left hand. And then with the right, instead of doing a bass open, you can do a touch open, okay? So it sounds like this. basically are still doing the same thing that we started out from the beginning, which is this. All right, so that's just some variations on the double-double theme for tumbals. There's a lot more coming. There's a lot more you can do. Experiment with the drum yourself. Don't forget your exercises. Make sure you keep your wrist fluid and supple. Practice, at least 10 to 15 minutes on just building your strength and your dexterity, and then 10 to 15 minutes on rhythms, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever. But if you put in time regularly, 30, 45, an hour a day, just the regular layman, you will eventually learn how to play, and that's practice time, not just banging around playing. Playing time's another thing. Practice time, you will definitely grow and develop on the drums. So thanks a lot, folks. Conga newbies out there. Y'all have a good one. Hasta la vista.